a stage scene for Destiny. I think I see the performance more like something that is next to the installation, because I think my practice is more an installation practice, and so performance for me it's to add up something. So when we discussed this performance and we commissioned first of all for stage, I was interested to act with different piece of my own work. Mm-hmm. So it was like this small wood plate that I call sandbox, because from the wood plate there is this rain of sand that goes down. That was from a previous work that I made in 2019, and I reenact this work last year in 2024 for an exhibition, a group show, where I decided to divide this work in small one and draw also with pyrogravure to burn and create like this mythology of a sandman that was putting asleep a lot of people, but I was also questioning what is the idea of getting asleep and all the many things in which we decide to not see, but we choose to not look at it. Like, for example, how the structure of the different structure of colonialism can be in our everyday life and things like that. And the second work that I wanted also to mix with this performance was a bunch of clothes that I sewed together, and that was also linked with a tree oil painting. That was also the painting was around this action of in the religious state, but in the church, because I grew up in a Christian church. I didn't grow up in a Christian church.
in a
Christian family, and also all the surrounding around. And in some of the church, mostly in Congo and mostly also in Africa, we tend to bend the Christianity with our own belief. And so there is this word that named syncretism, and inside this church it appears a lot of events or miracles that can appear in everyday cérémonie. Désolée, j'ai pas tous les mots en anglais, mais j'étais intéressée par le fait que souvent dans certaines de ces cérémonies, il y avait des hommes, les pasteurs en fait, qui posaient les mains sur, on appelle ça les impositions de main du coup, qui posaient les mains sur les fidèles pour les bénir ou pour les délivrer du mal. Et ce que moi j'avais remarqué, que c'était souvent beaucoup d'hommes, donc beaucoup d'hommes pasteurs qui posaient les mains sur des fidèles qui étaient le plus souvent des femmes. Et ce qui se passait, c'était que les femmes tombaient au sol comme si elles avaient été touchées par une grâce divine ou délivrées d'un mal profond. Et donc sur les peintures que l'on pouvait retrouver sur ce vêtement, c'était ce geste de la main qui se pose sur le visage de ces femmes. Et tout lié avec cet amas de vêtements. Et quand je l'avais présenté en 2021 à Wall Street, c'était créé en fait comme un amas de vêtements qui était debout et petit à petit qui s'effondrerait. Et when I created this piece, it was really, I don't know, I had this idea one day I will use it for a performance, because there was so many clothes together, and also it was Sunday clothes that you use for going to church, and it's also the clothes that you use for an event. So it was interesting for me to embody the artwork on me, and also create this movement of someone that fell off because of the hand imposition, and that regain his strength or her strength and do something with this artwork. And so for a stage scene of Destiny, I decided to mix these two works together and create like a mythology of a woman which is also a calculator who create like something called the destiny. And for creating this idea of the destiny, she thinks about the future, and for thinking about the future, she calculates. She calculates a lot, and it made me think about the idea of how the North predict the future of the global South, and their own mythology of thinking the future and being ahead of the future, and saying that the technology that they create are technology for modernity or future or things like that. And all this way of thinking for me was a kind of way of creating a mythology of how you comment on s'ancre en fait sur la planète, et comment on peut dire que se donner le droit de pouvoir penser le futur, c'est se donner le droit de pouvoir s'ancrer dans le présent, et aussi du coup de s'appuyer sur un passé qu'on aurait construit. Ouais. Et c'est des droits et c'est des privilèges que des pays du Nord s'octroient et qu'ils enlèvent automatiquement aux pays dits en développement. D'ailleurs, même ce terme dit en développement, c'est que c'est des pays qui n'ont pas encore pensé leur futur, et donc on doit le penser pour eux. Et donc du coup, ça crée un narratif où tout le monde en fait va dans le même sens, alors que ça n'ouvre pas forcément, ce n'est pas forcément bénéfique pour les pays en question de suivre le même sens que le pays qui le dictate, something like that. Ouais. Also, there is also this thing that was always amazed before doing art school. It was about I don't know the term in English, but in French we say prospective. And c'est la science justement de réfléchir aux différentes possibilités du futur, quoi. C'est la même chose que la futurologie, et c'était quelque chose qui m'a toujours intéressée. J'ai même eu des anciennes pièces qui s'appelaient comme ça, en se projetant la prospective, où je réfléchissais au 3D des maisons, comment en fait on pouvait construire déjà une maison à partir du virtuel, mais qui n'était pas encore ancrée dans la réalité. Et la prospective a beaucoup été utilisée dans l'urbanisme pour justement comment construire les villes du futur, les villes éco-futuristes qui seraient un mélange de nature et de technologie et toutes ces choses-là. Et à une époque, c'était des choses qui m'intéressaient beaucoup, parce que je me disais toujours, mais c'est un schéma qui est un peu similaire, comment il peut s'appliquer partout. Et je pense aussi que recréer un peu, réfléchir à cette performance, c'était un peu reenact cette question de la prospective en fait. Et poser des questions sur ça, tout en les liant aussi à des thèmes féminins, comme justement l'idée d'une femme calculatrice. On peut, la dichotomie, le lien est assez frappant en français, parce que on parle souvent d'une femme qui connaît, qui sait ce qu'elle voudrait dans la vie, comme une femme calculatrice, comme si c'était un défaut, alors qu'un homme qui aurait déjà des plans d'avenir, on va pas dire que c'est un homme calculateur, on va plutôt dire que c'est un homme qui sait ce qu'il veut. Et du coup, c'était aussi jouer avec ça en fait. Voilà. I think the first time we decided to do this performance, it was in the context of an art fair. So my idea at that time was just to create like a scenery that was like a parasite, something that blurred the line between artwork and performance in a fair, because the situation was really strange doing a performance in an art fair. For me, it's something that is really strange, and also doing also with my body. Mm-hmm. So it's also putting like my body as something as as a commodity. So I didn't want to be like something like an event, like people coming and see at me. So I ask you with the team if we can think the performance as something that was like in the corner or in the marge of the scene of stage, and something that could be ongoing, and people they can just pass and look at it, and they can also leave. Like also in the art fair, when you go in some booth, you just pass, you see a work that please your eyes, and after you left for another booth. So I was thinking the performance in this same kind of situation, or things like that, I can say. And the difference for Perrrformat, it's a festival of performance. So people come only for see you and for see the performance. So I don't know yet, because we will see it, but I think that's also the question that came in my mind, that it's not something that can be ongoing, because that time the duration is not the same. It's a moment, and you need to create like a moment for the person that come to visit that come to see your performance. But I still wanted to keep the ongoing duration in it. So
the long duration,
and also something that is not really mandatory to see from the beginning to the end. So that's why I think we talk about this idea of the park, and because in the park there is so many things happening there, like for example this woman. And so it's like there is many small performance everywhere, and you just turn your eyes and you see something that you want to look at it. Mm-hmm. And I want to insert myself in this scenery, and start as the guys behind you that is sleeping, and after that moving a bit in the park, and after we have this second part of the performance that is in this intimate space that is close to the park. And for this second part, the moment will be more in this focus on the stage, and creating a focused scenery for a visitor that came specifically for that moment. I think the dream would be a good state of mind, because also you have the sand that's falling, and that recalled the gesture of the Sandman. So it's the gesture of going to sleep. Mm-hmm. And there is also something fascinating with seeing this sand going just down like that, and also me repeating this gesture of a calculator that play with marble, with the Ngola game, that is a game from Congo. I don't know, maybe just like this moment where people can be in the gesture, and after, with the repetition of it, can be lost and go in a state of dream. And if I manage to create this in someone, it will be a little win, because it will be a link between this idea of creating a mythology of this woman that that is called the destiny, and yeah, destiny is also a dream. I don't know. Life is maybe a dream. It's like collective thinking, something like that.